So go to the App Store or go to Google Play and download Racetech Toolkit. If you look on my phone here, middle column at the far end on the left there, you can see Racetech Toolkit. So we click on that. There he is there. Click on there, comes up with this front page menu. Bottom right hand corner, you go to the settings button. I'll give you an 8-digit API key. This one at the moment is just relevant for me, but I will give each person an individual one. So you put your 8-digit API key in there. You then type your name into the box. Then if there's any errors or any issues, I know who to come and ask just to clarify anything. Once you've done that, you press the little blue check key box. That will come up saying it's valid. So in this case, Big R Swim, valid to the 25th of August. So when the race is finished, this expires and there's no access to the data. Once you've done that, top left-hand corner, blue arrow takes you back. Everything you need to do initially on registration is that bottom box in the middle column there, registration. Click on that. If you needed to do a new entry, if you were taking day entries, you'd press new entry. You would select the event, 5K or 8K, so I'll take 8K. Race number, the next chip you take out of the box, so let's say the next one was 55. You type in your first name, you type in your last name, you type in your gender, male, age today. It's much easier to just do the age rather than putting the date of birth. So let's say they're 42. Club, if the club is already in the event, which obviously these are all the clubs that are in the event, you just select it. So if it was Dragon Try, I would just select it. If it's not there, then you just press the plus button and you type in the name of the club. So if I put in Team DB Max, and then just press OK. All right. You've got emergency contact name, contact number, medical details. If it's not too busy and you have time, it's worth typing that in. If it is a bit too busy, just have a bit of pen and paper at the side and just put down race number 55 and just get the competitor just to write down their details. It's just that then we've got a reference point. So if they have an issue, somebody can call in and say, oh, I've got Joe Blogs here, or I've got chip number 55. Can you just tell me if they've got any medical issues and who their emergency contact is? I will have everybody who's pre-registered on the laptop already, but in this instance, we can then think, oh, I can see he's entered today, and we can just refer to his paperwork. So whatever works for you. And then if I just hit save and close, that's now closed. The other thing that we'll do with all the people who've pre-entered is assign race numbers. So if I go to assign race numbers, which is the third box down, I'll just go back to the menu again. So registration, third box down, assign race numbers. So everybody at the moment is shown as 0. That's because I haven't assigned any race numbers because we don't know what chip they're having yet. So I know that Ross Hoskins is in the race with time to fewer races with him in. So let's say he comes in. What's your name? Ross Hoskins. So I go to the search box, start typing in either his surname or his Christian name. So if I start typing in Ross, there he is. He comes up straight away. His date of birth will be in there, so you can use that as a kind of like security reference check if you need to. The unknown is just the gender because we haven't listed genders, but I can take that out. At the moment, it's saying he's in the 5K swim. Don't worry about that for the moment. Everybody's in the 5K swim for this moment in time, and we'll put them in the right race on the day. It gives them the opportunity to choose whether they want to do the 5K or the 8K distance. They may change their decision in the morning, so don't worry about that for now. So I click on Ross. Next number out the box, let's say he's the first person comes in, I give him number 1. I press save, he turns green, he's now got a number assigned. If I click on the search box again, I can then just hit the little X and that deletes it out and we're all back to the original one and then just the next person comes in. So if the next person who came in was Lee, I could just start typing in Lee. There he is, Lee Chetwynd, yeah. Next number out the box is number 2. It can be anything. You don't have to do them sequentially in order. I could take out number 35 if that was the next chip. So what you want to do is take the chip out of the box, type in 35, save it, see that it's saved on your phone. Now that you're happy it's saved, hand him the chip. Don't hand him the chip before you've saved it. If you do that, somebody might ask you a question, you get distracted, before you know, he's walked off, and you're thinking, oh, blimmin' hell, who the hell was that? Did I save it? And whatever. It's just best to do it like that and then hand them the chip. Okay, so if I go back to the assign race numbers now, and I look down here, you can see Joe Blogs is the one that I did as a new entry. It says registered, number 55. That's him there, okay. And then you can, as I scroll down, you can see that Lee is number 35, and Ross is number 1. So they're the ones that I've assigned. If you've assigned them on your own phone, they come up in green. If you haven't assigned them on their own phone, which is, for instance, there's a couple of test competitors there I did earlier, so that was done on the laptop. So it shows that they're registered, and it shows that a chip number's been allocated to them. That's why it's not 0. But because it's not in green, you know that you didn't do it, somebody else did it, which is good, because then you know if I come to you and say, oh, did you register Lee? If it's not in green, you can say, oh, no, it wasn't me, it must have been someone else. Okay, so that's it. That's how quickly you assign race numbers. And then the other things that you need to do is you're going to have 2 people at the start. So you're going to have the app with somebody at the 5K start and the app with somebody at the 8K start. So in the middle column, top row, it says start times. You click on there. There's the 5K and the 8K swim. So the person at the 5K swim will click on that when, if this is obviously if you're doing a mass start that everybody's got in the water and you want a gun timing, same gun time for everybody. So this is the mass start for the 5K. Everybody ready? Yeah, on your marks, get set, go. So if I press that green button now, it's going to put in a time up here of 9, 10, or 21, 10, 56. If I go for 21:11, there we go. So they started at 21:11 and the race clock is ticking, and the actual time is 21:11.4. The time comes from your NTCS internet connection anyway, so that's going to be accurate. That comes straight through to my computer. The guy at the 8K swim or the lady at the 8K swim will do exactly the same thing. It doesn't matter if they're like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour later starting or earlier starting. Do exactly the same thing. On your marks, get set, go. Boom, off they go. Okay, so that's the 2 start times. That's all straightforward. Now, on the manual timing, which is the top left hand corner, if you're not doing a mass start and you want to give everybody an individual start time, you can do it here, or you can just use it as a safety check to count them in the water. So whichever way you're doing it, it doesn't matter, but you go into the manual timing here. If you look at the right hand side here, just under the blue cartwheel, it says start AK. So let's say I'm on the 5K start. If I go to the little blue cartwheel, I go up to there and I'm going to change the location name. So that's the start 8K. I will predefine these so that you can only choose from a couple. So that's now start 5K. I go back and now you can see, has it changed? Yes, it has changed. So it's now changed to start 5K. So the first person comes up and I've got preview on. So if I go back into there, the bottom one here, where I'm moving it now, that's show preview window. So that's quite a good one to have on for a start like this, particularly if it's individual starts. So I know that I've done, Ross is just done number 1. So it comes up, what's your chip number please? Number 1, he's male, click on it. Ross Hoskins. You Ross Hoskins? Yes. If he's given you the wrong number, like it's number 7 and he's read number 1, by reading his name out, if it's not him, you're going to know straight away. And you go, oh, that's not you, cancel it. Sorry, you've got the wrong number. What is your number? Oh, it's 35. Oh, 35. And you're male. So you're Lee. Yes, yeah, I'm Lee. And then, okay, Lee, you ready to start? Ready to start. On your marks, get set, go. Boom. The green arrow. That's Lee's own individual start time. Now, obviously, this can be their individual start times, or this is a nice way just to check them in the water. So if you've got them lined up, 20, 30, 40 people, you can just type in their number each time. You've got the security check of their name to go in. So I think I did a 999, if I remember, on the thing. So if I just say they're X, because I can't see if they're male or female, that comes up with test competitor. So that's absolutely fine. I don't know why that disappeared. Do that again. Test competitor. Are you test competitor? Yeah. Okay. So they've either started, or if we're doing a gun start, that's their safety check into the water. So that all works really well. And that is basically it. I've got an announcer down there. So what we'll do on here is we'll run it so that as they come over the finish mat, anybody with the app can see on the app who's come over. So if you've got any commentator who just want to shout out their name, oh, Ross has just finished. Well done, Ross. Great stuff, mate. Brilliant. The results will appear here. As well as online, obviously, on the online app. And also, if you need me to print them out for you, I can. So that's all the very quickly, all the basic settings. And if you just download the app, don't worry about being able to log on at the moment. I'll have the API keys available from Saturday morning when I make the race live. I'll send it all to you. You'll be able to log on, see the entries, etc. And we'll sort it all out Sunday morning. I can go through it again with you all. Thank you very much.